Well, I'm not a member of the right, so in one sense, I'm not a postmodernist. John's not a postmodernist,
No.
so in some sense, we're being perhaps
Spokesman.
Unfair.
Yeah.
But my reading, right, of the people who are, and I think denial is a terrible word, and when that word was first coined, it was explicitly meant to evoke Holocaust denial. And so I think in the interests of the Brisbane dialogues, what's better is to say that people who are not on board with the belief that climate change is happening, or that it's happening seriously, or the degree of human agency, and whether we should make trade-offs, and whether we should favor market solutions or political solutions, there's a whole raft of positions that are there. And the better labels, I think, are going to be, and I do know a number of people who are libertarians, who are conservatives, and who are socialists, who have scientific credentials, and who have looked at the data, and they are not convinced. So what we would say is those people are climate skeptics. That's a legitimate label for that group of people. The vast majority of people who are well-meaning, thoughtful, keeping up on current events, when they go out of their way to look at both sides of the various arguments, they typically say, well, good arguments here and some supporting data here, good arguments here on the other side, some supporting data here. This is extraordinarily complex. I don't know. And that's climate agnosticism, and I think that is a legitimate label. And then there's a large number of other people who will say, look, I've looked at the data, and I'm pretty scientifically literate, and my judgment call is that it looks like, yeah, there is some warming that's going to happen, and the conservative estimates seem to be maybe 2 degrees over a century. I'm just making numbers up right now because this is not my area of expertise, right? And the numbers are changing on a fairly regular basis. And then what they will say is, oh, okay, I'm convinced that that probably is going to happen. Is that a disaster? Is that 2% human-made? Is it 8%? Is it 20% human-made? That part we don't yet know. And is it, even if it's going to be a problem, is it a problem that brings countervailing benefits? The joke, of course, in Canada is we certainly will welcome some global warming. If you really believe in global warming, buy Canadian real estate, right? You'll, in the next generation, become a millionaire, right? And so forth. Yes, and then you in Queensland might say, oh, global warming, right? And so on. So the point is going to be there will be trade-offs.